In this video, I'm gonna go over exactly how I was able to buy Instagram theme pages and then sell them for a profit to make a quick buck. I'm even gonna go into my phone here and then show you guys DM conversations of how I was able to buy these pages. I'm gonna go over how much you can make. I'm gonna go over everything for you guys so you can do the same, make some money with this. Let's get into it. Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Biaheza. Welcome to another video. First of all, before we dive into today's topic, which I'm really hyped about, by the way, I just want to say a quick thank you for all the support lately. I think we're at like 25,000 subscribers, which is pretty crazy. We're seeing some nice growth. I appreciate all the comments, all the DMs, all of that good stuff. Now, I usually don't express my gratitude in these videos, but that's just because I feel like you guys would rather have me dive straight into the topic than say how thankful I am every video. But I just want you guys to know that I'm really thankful for all the support. Now let's dive into the video. So this is going to be the first video in this side hustle series, and I wanted to start with buying and selling Instagram pages because I've gotten a ton of questions about this. I've mentioned that I've done it in the past, and it sounds kind of wacky. I mean, you hear people talking about selling shoutouts on Instagram, dropshipping from Instagram. You never really hear about people flipping Instagram pages, but I assure you it's a real thing, and that's what we're going to go over today. So step one, you obviously have to buy a page. Now, there's a whole lot of different websites and exchanges online where people buy and sell Instagram pages, but that's not where you want to buy them. The reason for that is that if someone's putting in that much effort to sell it, they're going on these exchanges. One, there might be something wrong with that account, or two, they're flipping the account themselves, so the money to be made off that account of flipping that account has already been made. The way you actually want to buy accounts is by buying them from people who aren't really planning on selling them, and you can find those people by just simply DMing different Instagram theme pages straight up on Instagram and asking if they want to sell it. And if you're on the edge about a theme page, it's kind of a whack account, still send them a DM, because if you can get it for the right price, there's pretty much money to be made with any theme page. Now, a little bit about the types of accounts you should buy. First of all, you have to make sure it's in a profitable niche, and you can tell it's in a profitable niche because if you look at bigger accounts in the same space as the page you're looking to buy, and you got to check if they're posting advertisements, because if they're posting advertisements, that means there's money being put into this niche and it's a profitable one. And don't count how many times I said niche in the sentence. Personally, I would never recommend you spend more than $500 on a single theme page, but that's just because I have a special little strategy that I'm going to go over of buying certain types of accounts, and I've never really heard anybody talk about it, so you heard it here first. Make sure you subscribe. My whole strategy when I was doing this was to find accounts between like 20 to 50, 60,000 followers that are getting amazing engagement. I mean, we're talking tons of likes compared to their followers, their posts were getting on the explore page, stuff like that. So from my personal experience of growing Instagram pages, I knew that it was in that follower range that if pages were getting really good engagement, it's only a matter of time before they get into the hundreds of thousands of followers and even millions. Now, I know that and you guys know that, but if someone's growing a page for the first time, they might not know that. So for you, buying the page is sort of like buying Apple before they release the first iPhone. So if you can find an account that's at like 30,000 followers in a profitable niche with good engagement, I would recommend that you pay around $300 for it, give or take. And if you're really confident about it and it has a little more followers, maybe even boost that to $400. What you want to do next is just sit on it for a while. Just keep on posting on that page, keep on growing it. And once you grow to a certain amount of followers, that's when you want to sell. So now I want to go ahead and jump into my phone and show you guys some DM conversations I was having when I was buying Instagram theme pages back in like early 2018. I'm going to show you guys how those deals ended up playing out for me and how much I was able to make with them. So first up, we got a little page that I found that was around 30-something thousand followers that had really good engagement. So I sent them a DM saying, hey, would you be interested in selling your page? They said that they didn't want to sell this one, they wanted to sell another one. But then I checked it out, I wasn't interested in this one, and I told them to let them know if they changed their mind. Now fast forward a week later, I'm coming home from like a 10-hour shift at work of physical labor. It's a 2-hour drive back, and I get this DM, it was on 4th of July too, saying I'm selling this page. I said, awesome, what are you asking for it? They said $320. I said, would you take 100? Some shrewd negotiation there. You always want to negotiate on these pages because usually the first price they give you isn't going to be the price you're going to buy it for. I think it might be in this conversation because I was really set on buying this page. It was a really good one. And then they asked me, are you okay? This isn't a joke. I hope you know that. I hope you see that this page has 38K. which I replied to with, yeah, sorry, you're right. I didn't have time to inspect when I gave you that offer. I was at work. Would you go to 50? So I tried to get the price lower and lower, but it didn't really work out. And so then I agreed to go with the offer of $320 that they gave me. So I said, okay, $320. When I send the payment, please don't log out right away. A tab may pop up and ask that you give me permission to log in. Something you also want to mention when you're buying a page, because that does happen. They're gonna get a notification either on their phone number or phone that's gonna ask them to give you permission to log in. So make sure you write that when you're buying these pages. And then this person said, okay, send the money through friends and family so I can get it today. Business takes a long time. Now, if you don't know what they meant by send money through friends and family, this is a very important concept. All the business done on Instagram is done through PayPal. PayPal has two payment options. One is friends and family, the other is goods and services. Now, if you pay through friends and family, there's no way you can get your money back. It's pretty much once you send it, you send it. But if you pay through goods and services and the person on the other end doesn't give you what they promised, you can contact PayPal and get your money back. Now, the reason sellers don't want you to pay through goods and services is because PayPal takes a percentage of their cut when you do, so they don't want to lose out on their money, and they're going to try to convince you to pay through friends and family. Now, you should, no matter what story they tell you, what kind of excuse they come up with, never pay through friends and family. I've slipped up and made this mistake before. I got convinced it's paying through friends and family. Ended up losing like $300 when I paid the guy for the account and he never gave it to me, which really sucked. I was gonna spend that money at the time. I was gonna spend that money on college textbooks. Then I got scammed out of it, so that was a bad time. But don't repeat my mistakes. I learned a lesson from that. Hope you guys do too. So back to the DM conversation, things ended up going pretty smoothly, and I ended up buying the account for $320. And the first thing you want to do when you buy a brand new account is you want to change the email. I mean, you obviously should change the password first, but you also have to change your email, because if you don't, what the seller can do is go back, type in their account name, hit forgot password on Instagram, and the password reset is going to be sent to their email and they can get the account back like that. So make sure you change it to your email, to a new email, as soon as possible. Now, I actually ended up never selling this account, and if I go on it today, you can see that it's almost at 700,000 followers, and I bought that account at July 4th. It's currently May 7th, so that hasn't even been a year, and I was able to grow this account by this much. I mean, I didn't really do anything special with this account. I just kept on posting and kept running it, but because I found it at the right place, I knew that it was gonna explode, I was able to grow it exponentially. So the reason I didn't end up selling it is because you can actually make a lot more off Instagram accounts if you sell shoutouts or start dropshipping from them, that kind of stuff, than you would from a one-time flip. Now, I've actually had multiple people DM me on this page and asking to buy it, and when I ask what they want to offer, they throw like $6,000-$7,000 as their first offer, and that's just from people reaching out to me. That's me not putting in effort into selling the page. I actually put some effort into it and found the right buyer. I mean, that number would probably be closer to $10,000. Now, I'm not selling it because you can make way more from other forms of monetizing Instagram pages, but if I were to sell it, that's going from $320 to close to $10,000 in a short period of 10 months. I mean, how good of an investment is that? That's like Bitcoin percentages right there. But I mean, you got to use your best judgment of whether you want to sell a page or not. If it has a bunch of dead inactive followers, you're not going to make money with them, so it might be better to sell it in that case. Or if someone gives you a ridiculously high offer, again, it might be better to sell it because you can make more money that way. So that's how I'd recommend you buy accounts. And I mean, that's the big thing with this, buying the right account. That's the biggest hurdle you have to cross, the biggest challenge of this whole process. And if you have the right account, I would recommend you try to find other forms of monetization before you go selling it. If you want to be really lazy, just sign up for a website called Shoutcard that's going to automate the whole shout out process for you, so you can slowly make your money back that way and then some. But if you really want to sell the page, there's a couple of routes you can go. First of all, you might just get someone reaching out to you asking if you want to sell it, the way I reach out to people and the way people reached out to me previously. Two, you can upload it to one of those exchanges I was talking about earlier, because it's not a good place to buy Instagram accounts, but it can be a good place to sell them. And another way is that you can actually reach out to accounts that are in the same niche as the account you want to sell, but are much bigger. You can ask them if they're interested in buying up your accounts. It seems kind of out there, but this is actually something that can definitely work. If you really think about it, this whole business model of buying and selling Instagram pages is exactly like real estate. You buy a beat up house, aka you buy an Instagram page with low followers, you build it up, aka you renovate the house, and then you either sell the house or you move tenants in and slowly make your money back, which is Same thing you do with your Instagram page. You can either sell it or slowly make your money back with other forms of monetization, except it's not going to take 30 years like it does with a house. It's going to take a few months. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of Side Hustle. Let me know in the comments if you did. Maybe even consider smashing that like and subscribe button. That'd be great. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace.